So I don't know if you guys can hear me. Audio's good. So I have a laptop, and it sucks. It won't let me plug straight into. It won't let me plug straight into the internet. So the only way to do anything is off Wi-Fi. I don't understand. Like, I plug the Ethernet cable into the computer, and it just says, no, you can't. You have to go off Wi-Fi for whatever reason. So that's why the bandwidth is so bad, is because I'm trying to stream Wi-Fi. So that's amazing. Whatever. It's going to be... Dude, it's whatever. Just listen to me, I guess. It's just so stupid, right? Or I can just do Facebook Live. That seems to work, which is weird, right? If I can Facebook Live, it's all via Wi-Fi. But the YouTube Live doesn't work, I guess. I don't know. I live in the mountains, and my internet is tin cans. So... Anyway, we're just going to chat, I guess. I can see everyone chatting. I can't see myself. It's just like stuck spinning. But you know, we'll work through it. But so, yeah, okay, so the do other computers work on that Ethernet cable? Yes, everything in my house works on that Ethernet cable. I just don't, for some reason, maybe the port into the laptop doesn't work. Whatever. I'm going to get this handled, dude, because like I said, I want to start live streaming some Zwift stuff, and I'm going to buy a really nice webcam so that I can put the webcam onto my desktop and not have to mess with my laptop, which I'm literally about to frisbee through the window right now. When do you think it would be okay to show a child... When do you think it would be okay to show a child what goes on in animal agriculture, says Tanner. Ugh. You know, and that's hard, man, because obviously with like your kids, right, you want to you want to tell them the truth, right? But sometimes the truth is pretty gnarly. So I don't know, man. I think that you would have to, and just my whole like standpoint on parenting, I guess, is dude, I treat my son like he's an adult. I mean, it's just me and him. I treat him as if he's an equal. And so when I kind of talk to him about that sort of stuff, I don't really know if I showed him the horrific images, but I mean, we definitely talked a little bit about the reality of it. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I don't think it's ever too early to talk to your kids about what truth is. Is the new bike review coming soon? It is coming soon. I really like that new bike. I got to talk about it. What did you think of the viral video cyclist in the crash on the bridge? Oh, yeah, dude. So that crazy crash, right? That crazy crash, that dude was like rolling on the bridge and almost fell off. That was local here. It was, well, not local. I mean, it was a couple hours away from me. But, man, that was bonkers, dude. I wish that I had been there and filmed it. How sick would that have been if it was one of my videos and it just went ultra viral? Sick. That would have been dope. But man, that guy was crazy how he was just like rolling along on the side. Case by case basis for children, kind of like jumping back, totally case by case on children. Some children, dude, are intelligent and others are, I'm not saying they're not intelligent, but it's, yeah, totally. Like, you got to understand what your kid can handle. I mean, it's just, dude, I try to let my kid make his own decisions and with the most information that I can give him. And sometimes, dude, he makes horrible decisions, but we embrace that. So there was a moment where he wanted to watch TV and for dinner, right? And I was like, well, you get to choose whatever you want to put on for dinner on the TV. But keep in mind, like, we're all watching this TV, right? And so then he knew what me and my wife wanted to watch. He knew what we all wanted to watch as a family. He knew what he wanted to watch. And so then he was like, well, I'm going to watch this like horrible, stupid cartoon. And I was like, okay. And then so we're watching this stupid cartoon, and he's like starting to feel really bad because he knows that me and my wife don't want to watch that thing. And so it was this thing of like, I let him make a choice. It was a bad choice. I knew it was a bad choice. Most parents I think would say, look, dude, it's not happening. We're not going to watch SpongeBob SquarePants for dinner. And but then he like felt bad about it, and that kind of stuck with him, where he made a decision, it affected other people, and he had to kind of like live it, right? Anyway, going kind of deep on that. Chaz said, found out that was a guy from my team. Really? Dude, I need to get him on the podcast, talk about it. Chris says, how's the Jeep? I just picked up the Jeep. I'm driving it today, and it's better. It's not, dude, that was such a bummer. But I didn't really have to rebuild the motor, so that was cool. That saved me a lot of money. They just replaced the heater core, which the whole thing has to come out, and man, it just cost me a chunk of change. I was gonna go to Hawaii with that money, and I can't anymore. When did you upgrade to Cat 2? 2 years ago. This dude says, hello, vegan. Good morning. What is your opinion on high-end BT Win road bikes, especially the carbon fiber ones? Dude, I don't know, man. I don't know. I saw this thing about how there's these companies that make the frames for all the big manufacturers. So it's like all of this stuff, like the Folkleys, right? The fake Oakleys. There's these little companies, or not little, but the big companies that mass produce all this stuff. So you see this frame, and it's like this awesome frame made by Specialized. But then you might not actually know that it's not made by them. Maybe they did some engineering and put some geometry together, but had someone else totally make it. So I don't know, dude. I don't know anything about the Chinese knockoff type carbon fiber bikes. I personally would rather ride a bike that has the brand name on it, but I don't know, dude. I don't really have much opinion on that at all. I ride my bike and I love it. How do I go back up through the chats? Nathan says SpongeBob is the best. Dude, SpongeBob is pretty funny, dude. So you're more an ethical vegan than a health vegan or emotional vegan? So I definitely started out as a health, like 100% health vegan. But there is an ethical side of it. I mean, there's just how it is, right? I kind of have a thing that I will eat meat if I hunt it myself. If I go out and I hunt it and I kill it, I'll eat it. Have I done that yet? No. Right? I mean, it's just like a huge chore. That's a really big task. And I just have no desire, right? I have no desire to go out there and to do that. So I'm totally fine eating vegetables and that sort of stuff. But there's definitely an ethical side to being vegan that is really rewarding. Now, if you're a farmer and you love your animals and that, there's obviously different like gradients of that ethics, but I would say primarily I try to handle my diet for health versus anything else. But not murking animals on the daily is cool. What would you have to do this year result wise in races to upgrade to Cat 1? Not suck. Not suck. That would be cool. So I think maybe I have like 1 point out of my 30 or 40 points. So I would just have to get more top fives. But here's the thing about upgrading to Cat 1. I don't want to upgrade to Cat 1. There are races that are 2 3s and then 1 2s. So I could race twice if I'm a Cat 2. If once you become Cat 1, you know, you definitely can never race twice. And I don't want to drive 3 hours, 4 hours, and only race one crit. And for the most part, the Cat 1s, if it's a P1-2, we all race together. But some of the crits, it's a 2-3 and a 1-2. And as a 2, you get to race more. So I'm trying to sandbag. But, dude, you know. Loved riding on Zwift with you and Chaz. Oh, yeah, dude. That was fun. Let's do more of that. How do I start biking if I'm really into it and I'm a runner actually going to the Junior Olympics? Dude, that's sick that you're going to the Junior Olympics. So I just asked a lot of people at a race, and so I got a video coming up on it, but about like cross training and what they did other sports. A lot of them said they came from running. A lot of cyclists enjoy running. I know that I've got an ex-teammate, Ryan Brooks. He does a lot of running, but I don't know, dude. Running's horrible, bro. Like, it takes. So when you're cycling, you can stop pedaling for a minute and enjoy the sights. Running, you have to just keep running. No thank you on running. Dude, I was just watching the video where you fell and the cops came. Lots of laughs. This live shit ain't working. I know it. Tell me, dude. Start a Zwift group ride soon for sure. Want to do that. I don't know how that works, like on if it has to be all the time, right? Like it has to continue to, you know what I mean? Like if it has to continue going on, if it's like a weekly thing, because I don't necessarily want to do that, right? Like I don't want to be bound to having to keep up a weekly thing. But I definitely want to do Zwift rides. It would be sick to do like a century, 100-mile group ride, and then like every 25 miles we all kind of stop, like regroup, that sort of thing. And then it would be sick to do if I could figure out my internet connection to live stream that and kind of chat along with everyone. Because, dude, Zwift is off the chains, bro. It is super duper dope. I don't know what took me so long to get on it. It's a game changer. If you're not on Zwift, you're crazy. Why did you choose the Smart over the Smart? I'm thinking. Okay, so the kinetic trainer that I have is a Smart trainer, but it's not the Smart Control. They were out of stock on the Smart Control. They will be getting the Smart Control in soon. I will have it. So I will be doing the Smart Control thing. It's not that I chose not to go with it. It just didn't have it. Everyone's buying that trainer. Dude, that trainer is legit. So that rock and roll feature is just like unreal, bro. It is it feels so good. And then one guy made a comment and was like, dude, you're going to wreck your bike by putting it on a trainer. But the whole thing is that the pivoting of that trainer puts all the torque into the trainer itself, like the head grommet. So, dude. But yeah, getting the Smart Control. Dude, I'm going to have to scroll. This is like glitching out. I'm going to have to scroll all the way down. I'm going to miss some questions. Thoughts on gear restrictions for juniors? So, okay, here's a question I got a bunch when I said these guys were running junior gearing. So the idea for USA Cycling organization is that the juniors, sub 18, they limit the cog. So that's all it is they like screw this cog, this little thing down, and it limits the gears they can go into. So they can't, so say they had an 1128, they wouldn't be able to go down into the 11, 12, 13, maybe even up to like 14, right? I can't remember exactly what it is. But the idea is that these juniors will blow their knees out if they can go and grind a 40 RPM cadence, right? But I still don't get, I mean, that doesn't make any sense to me because they could still grind. Like if they were on a hill, I don't know. The idea is to save their knees. I don't necessarily think it'd be saving their knees, dude. They could blow their knees out if they wanted to on junior gearing. It just stops them from, being able to do 30 miles an hour, 35 miles an hour, something like that. What's your 20-minute watts per kilo? So last year I hit just under 5 watts per kilo, 350 watts for 20 minutes. January, maybe like 3 weeks ago, I went out and hit 350 watts for 20 minutes again, about the same weight, so just under 5 watts per kilo. But dude, I blew my knee apart. So I've got this I'm trying to tape it up. Not really working. But I have tendonitis or something in my knee right now. Such a bummer, dude. So there's that. So I vlogged a road race that I did yesterday. I'm editing it. It's come out soon, and it's kind of a bummer because I was really leading up to the into the season with a great 20-minute power, and then I don't know, dude. I was riding with my son, and my knee just started hurting so bad in a weird place it's never hurt before. It's frustrating, man. Dude, honestly, the 2017 year for me has literally been a pile of poo. If you saw my Instagram story, I had a tree fall through my roof. My Jeep completely had its issues. I got the runaround on that. Pretty much lost $3,000. I've saved money on that whole process. Whatever. Positive thoughts. Why don't you try swimming? So when I moved up to the lake, I jumped in the lake and I started swimming. And dude, I don't know if other people are like this, but staring down into the dark abyss of the lake is freaky deaky. I don't know, man. I couldn't get over it mentally. It was scary. And the swimming thing was more that I just didn't drown for 20 minutes than that I actually swam. But when the weather gets better, for sure, I want to try to swim every morning. I think that would be good. Great core exercise, for sure. So any tips for young cyclists like me? And here's the thing, dude, is I was never a young cyclist. I started when I was 24. So I don't really know what tips for a young cyclist would be. I can tell you that my son, when I go ride with him, he started riding at 2. He started riding a motorcycle at 2 years old with no training wheels. Started doing pedal bikes at 3. And the whole thing was that he just... his body posture and his muscles and all that sort of kind of got adapted to cycling. So when he does a sprint, it's really weird. He's his posture's so good, and he just looks like he knows what he's doing. And I know he doesn't really necessarily know what he's doing, but so my tips for young cyclists would be to start young, ride a lot, enjoy it, love it. What can you do to improve your knee performance? Get carbon fiber knees? I don't know, dude. My knees are so janky, bro. Here's the thing is I did jiu-jitsu for a really long time, and the whole thing was I would torque my knees in weird positions to get submissions. And I would always be told hey man, don't mess with your knees, don't pull your knees in that direction. But I was just always looking to get a dope submission and choke some dude out. So I really burned the candle on both ends on both my knees, especially my right knee during jiu-jitsu. It's just what it is, dude. I kind of wrecked my life. What team are you on this year? Is it VC sponsor, team in the future? Okay, so let's talk about that for a minute. What team am I on? I'm on Michael David Winery. I know this stream sucks at the balls, but if you can see, that's the kit. Michael David. Winery. I really wanted to do a vegan cyclist team type thing. I wanted to do my own team. I've really gone through some hoops on that. But Michael, David, they were really good guys last year. They're good guys this year. And I don't know, dude. So here's the thing. To start my own team, I got to put my name on the line. And when I ask sponsors to help me out, I want to make sure that it's a win-win situation. I don't want to ruin my name in this industry. So I don't want to have someone donate a bunch of money or contribute to the team and it kind of fall apart because I wasn't 100% ready to tackle that project. I got a lot of irons in the fire and I was a little hesitant. So the last 2 years I've really wanted to do my own team. And next for 2018, I really think I'm going to pull the trigger on it. But the thing is that for most guys around here, most guys that race 1-2s, dude, they have offers of all paid races, paid kits, helmets, shoes, sometimes bikes. I mean, the stuff that some of the guys get is just massive. And so just to give you an idea of like to run a 10-man team, like a 10-guy squad, dude, easily 20 grand. Easily 20 grand in cash. Not just like, then you're talking, so that's for the races, but then you're talking kits and then get everyone matching. And so to go and ask sponsors that have helped me out, like, hey, let's do something. Dude, the thing is that like sponsors don't get a lot out of team stuff. But do yoga, hip strengthening. How did the roof repair go? It hasn't gone. There's just a hole in my roof. Do yoga and hip strengthening. So I've been going to physical therapy, and dude, it was so awesome. I have a video. I have a video on everything. I'm trying to get them out. They were showing me that my femur and like my tibia are not in line. It's like a 17-degree angle, like off. My whole biomechanics way off. So I've been doing a lot more yoga. I got like a exercise ball. I've been doing rollers. A lot more with my core because everything on my core, everything that had to do with anything in my body's biomechanics was just poop. So just want to say I love your content. Obviously you put a lot of work into your videos. Come here. Dude, the stream is so bad they're not even going to be able to see you. My son is just hanging out here. So I know you're... Watch your feet. Watch your feet. Dude, I know that the stream's so bad, so bear with me, but my son just kind of wanted to peek in here. I do put a lot of time in my videos. So thank you for noticing that. I would say, on average, my quickest video is the Ask a Cyclist, where I just ask cyclists a question. You know what I mean? I ask a cyclist a question, they answer it. Shortest video, easiest video to make, still takes me about 3 hours. From importing the footage, editing the footage, which is like the minimum amount of editing, and then export and upload, probably 3 to 5 hours. On the bigger ends, like let's say the Everest video, dude, if you were to calculate everything that I did, 24 hours of editing probably altogether, maybe 30. What happened to the decals? I have 4 left. 4 stickers left. I got to get more, and then I'll send them out. I'm totally down to send these out for free to everyone. It costs me about 50 cents to send you out a package, which I'm honestly totally cool with that. No worries. I'll get more out. I just got to get more of these. When did you start racing? I started racing 1 month after I got my bike. So, okay, timeline of my sports. 8 years old, started riding motocross. Did that till about 12, when it was like a lot of money, and my parents, my grandma, she was just like, yo, dude, this is getting really expensive and you're not really that good. So what do you want to do? And so then I switched to BMX and then got a car and started chasing tail on the daily. Forgot all about sports and just was a punk high school student. I had a bagged S10, like a lowered S10 with airbags, like, and it had huge subwoofer. I was a POS dude. And then when I got out of high school and I started a motorcycle shop, I sold dirt bike and street bike stuff. I got another dirt bike and street bikes and started racing dirt bikes again. Started racing street bikes like MotoGP type stuff. Was actually really good at that. I raced at a pretty high level for that, so that was cool. And then started doing jiu-jitsu, and to cross-train for jiu-jitsu, I got a bike. So that was when I was 24. So I got it in August of 2010. I did a century, 100 miles that month. I did two actually, because I did the Grizzly Century, was like 10,000 feet of climbing, 100 miles. Had no clue what I was getting myself into. Yikes. And then so after 2 centuries, I jumped into a race within the first 4 weeks of having a road bike. With the first 4 weeks of having a road bike, and then got blown out. But then he was born in November, so I kind of took a little bit off. But dude, I just like competing, so I race all the time. You have been a good cycling instructor via YouTube. Thanks, dude. I wish I was better. Honestly, and that's like a thing that I've kind of seen a lot is there's a saying that says, you know, those who can't do teach. But honestly, man, there's a little bit to that. There are people who can explain a concept to you really, really well, but they may not be able to do that thing very well. And then there are guys that can absolutely crush the thing they're doing, but then you ask them, hey, you know, can you have any tips? And then, you know, it's like Peter Sagan, just push on the pedals very hard. Okay, cool, you know? So, but also, dude, here's the other thing, is I get really embarrassed. I went to a race yesterday, and I'm racing with like Cat 2s, Cat 1s, really strong guys, and they're just like, oh man, I watch your videos. You know, good job. And it's like, man, I wish I was stronger. I wish I was like a better person to look up to in the strength department. So, I don't know. That's like just an internal thing I got to deal with. But, how would like to know your action camera setup too, dude. So I filmed a whole video on how to set up cameras and how to overlay data and all that sort of stuff. And I had like a fuzzy thing hanging from my facial hair the whole time. It's like it was an hour of recording, and so I got to redo it. But I definitely want to show you guys how I set up the camera, how to edit, how I take into account what I'm going to do. So there are, you know, there's the race videos, and then there's the vlogs, and then there's like the adventure rides, and all of those have sort of a different aspect to them. And I choose how I place the camera and what I do on those all differently. Did we find out when the kit's going back on sale? Doy, broy. So the kit, February 21st. And here's the thing about the kit is I have a fruit collection. I have a non-vegan branded collection. So we've got the VC jersey and we've got the VC bibs. Dope, okay? But we also now have one, and I think you're really going to be pumped on this, very similar design, just a little bit more fruit. But it doesn't have the VC stuff. It doesn't say plastered across vegan all over it. So maybe you're 90% vegan, but you're not fully vegan, and you want to rock the kit. Now you can. We've got a jacket, we've got a vest, we got arm warmers, we got a base layer. Bruh, it's sick. Can't wait. February 21st. Come to Adelaide next January. Dude, I was looking at coming to Australia But holy smokes, the plane ticket for my family over there is just redonkulous. It's about $3,500 to get my family over to Australia, and that's just a plane. So if someone wants to put me up in their house and feed me, then I'll come maybe. Who makes the kit? Eliel. ElielCycling.com. Top-notch kit, dude. Top-notch kit. And the overseas shipping is $35. So I feel bad for the dude. There was a guy in Australia, I think he paid like $300 in shipping on one of the kits. And so I feel super bad that this time it's $35. But easier to get that overseas, right? Duran Rider would win because he juices. Duran Rider. Isn't that weird? Isn't that a weird thing? I don't understand. He talks a lot of smack on people not being natty, but then he like had this whole video series where he did steroids? I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't really want to talk about... so I'll talk about him one more time. You versus Duran Rider. Who would win? Let us know. Okay. So based on what I can tell from... Look, I'm just now watching the stream. My son is not... He's not autistic. Like, I don't know. Why are you doing that? Why are you being goose, dude?
Somebody asked if he loves
No, he's just like, he's just tapping his face. He's being super weird. Okay, so who would win, me or Duran Rider? On a straight climb, I think Duran Rider's gonna beat me unless I'm peaking. Like, if I really peaked, there are times where I'm on my game, dude. And so at my best, I could definitely hang with him. But here's the thing, maybe in a flat crit, I don't know, dude. Would he be down to like bump elbows for an hour and go into turns? Because I know he had said in one video that he hasn't hit 800 watts in like 10 years. He doesn't ever do surges. So if you're not hitting over 800 watts, bro, you're getting dropped. You're getting dropped quick. So, yeah, but no, dude, Duran Rider is lean as a spleen for sure. Dude, I mean, he's strong. He's strong for sure. But that's not what it all matters. Sometimes it doesn't matter how strong you are. You got to race smart. And he doesn't race. So he goes out and he smashes hills. That's awesome, dude. I mean, he's got his thing. And the Maven versus the vegan cyclist, though. So Maven will probably out sprint me all day, but I've seen his power numbers. He ain't beat me on a hill, that's for sure. That's for sure. Maven is looking a little. Dude, Maven's my boy. I like him. He's my homie. I would crash Maven. Nah, man, he's too nice of a guy. Okay, how to lose weight, riding, and diet. Dude, I'll here, I'm gonna take you. Good. Stop being weird, dude. Okay, so losing weight. I'll try to link this on my Facebook page because it's a super cool video and it talks a lot about. Hey, babe. It talks a lot about how exercise is not necessarily the best way to go about losing weight. Okay, and so just give me a second to flesh out this idea. So you go out and you smash a 5-hour really intense ride. Okay, you get home and you are just waxed. And so then you overstuff your face. And the whole thing is that the harder you exercise and the more calories you burn, the more your body wants to replenish those. But there's always this lag time between when you feel fulfilled and when you actually are. So there's a lot of studies that will show that hard exercise without any sort of diet control sometimes will lead to gaining weight. Right? Or an excess in calories, which is super crazy. But yeah, man. So losing weight for me, one huge thing about being vegan is, dude, I can just stuff my face to the brim and never have to worry about it because what I'm eating is so low in calories. I love shoveling things into my mouth. So, I don't know. Tonight, dude, I had 2 plates of just massive broccoli and beans and potatoes, and so I don't know, man. Losing weight, you got to ride at least at a zone where you're burning some kind of calories. Okay, so for example, there's people who go out and I'll watch them. They'll go 2-hour ride. They ride zone 1 the entire time. They're barely pushing the pedals. Their heart rate's never above 110 beats per minute. They stop at 3 coffee shops and eat 20 pastries. What are you doing, bro? Like you're not gonna lose weight that way. So high intensity or long endurance, but still at some sort of intensity, and then obviously just kind of eating clean food. Who are you subbed to? Dude, that's a crazy thing, right? So I have my vegan cyclist, but then I have my personal channel, which is Tyler Pierce. I think some people subscribe to my personal channel. I don't do anything on there anymore, but I have a few videos of my son and some other stuff that I did a long time ago. But so, Smarter Every Day, The Sci Show, who are my... Joe Rogan, for sure. No, I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you exactly who I'm subbed to. Let me bring up my... Let me bring it up, bruh. 1 second. Because I got some bangers. If you like science, I'm a science fanboy, dude. On the real, I am in love with science. Oh, can't do that. Because it's not plugged in. Smarter Every Day. Why can't I think of any of the people that I'm subscribed to? My phone's off. Whatever, we'll get back to that question.
I have them. Give that to Dad.
1 second. One second. Thank you, Bubbas. No, this is the vegan cyclist.
Oh, sorry.
I needed the personal account. Whatever. We'll go back to that. I hate the hate way Rogan goes at vegans. Dude, kinda. But if you honestly watch, because I watch everything Joe Rogan does, dude, he stands up for vegans in a lot of ways. I know that there are times where he does jab at him. But he was talking with Timothy Leary's son. He's total whack. I mean, very into psychedelics, this guy. And he was talking about how he was all interconnected with, I'm so in with the life, man, and I love everyone, man. Oh, we're all so awesome, man. And then Joe Rogan was like, so are you vegan? And the guy, it totally put him on the spot, and the guy was like, no, I'm not vegan, but I try. And then Joe Rogan was like, dude, you obviously are not trying, because you could be vegan if you wanted to be. I mean, it was a really interesting conversation, and I felt like Joe Rogan did a great job of sort of saying what I would be wanting to say.
Yeah, I think he talks crap on his stand-up. But
yeah, so yeah, on his stand-up, he does jab at vegans, but for the most part, dude, Joe Rogan's my boy. Okay, so I'm going through my subscriptions. Aussie Man Reviews, dude, that's a funny one if you don't know who Aussie Man Reviews. Vice, I subscribe to Vice. Ted Ed, Vox, VOX, they always have good stuff. Braincraft, all the Vsauces, Vsauce 1, 2, and 3. The Film Theorists, Sinflix, the Slow-Mo Guys, You Suck at Cooking, Cycling Maven. Lil Dicky. Anyone who knows Lil Dicky is? Bro. Lil Dicky. Who else do I... Wisecrack, Red Bull, Neil deGrasse Tyson, Star Talk Radio, Smarter Every Day, Hello Internet, SciShow Space. All sorts of good stuff. Dude, let me show you. I want to show you guys something. I think I can do this. I'm going to try to show you guys a video that I did that's super duper funny. And maybe you can watch it while we're doing this because it's super funny. So I did a crit. I put on a crit. I put on a race, okay? I'm trying to find that URL as we're talking. So I put on a crit, and I did all the marketing for it, and I did some of these videos that can only be seen at Clovis Hills Criterium. Come on. Dude, and so there's 2 videos that I did that are super funny. One, I did an interview with Lance Armstrong. Okay? Spoof, right? And then I did one where it was like I interviewed local racers. Dude, it was just really, really funny. Where's the channel? Why can't I... Clovis Hills Criterium. So you can see me play a little acting. Ah, there it is. Haha. So this is kind of, I think this was in the beginning of the Vegan Cyclist. Copy link location. All right, so I'm going to put this. Watch that video that I linked. So funny. And then I'm going to do one more. Actually, I did a bunch that are funny on here. Clovis Hills Criterium. Go to that YouTube page. Clovis Hills. Where's the I'm losing it, dude. Where's the one where here we go. Copy link location. Okay, one more. Then I'm going to start answering questions. I totally haven't even been looking at the chat. Oh. Okay, so those 2 videos, right, are from the Clovis Hills Criterium, the race that I put on. And so those are funny, dude. I did an interview with, like, who locally would be there. And you want to talk about promoting a race? I promoted that race. Like, awesome. Okay, so let's get back to, bruh, where did you get your California Bear kit? Hey, go. I have one more of that do I have a... Can you grab me those kits? I think I have a California... Oh, Bubs, in the laundry room where the doors open up, can you grab that kit? It's like a California kit. You grab me those. Yeah. So the California kit was from Elio, and it's on Elio Cycling. That California kit. They should still have it. I've got a medium bibs in the VC kit, and I've got a small jersey of the VC kit. That's all I have left from the other 2 orders. Obviously, we're going to re-up that order February 21st. But if medium bibs and a small jersey is you, let me know about that. Did you ride cyclocross? I have rode cyclocross. On my personal YouTube channel, I have a video where I do a nighttime cyclocross. I just don't have a cyclocross bike. I got to get one. Look at this kit, this California kit. Bro, I'm sure the stream is so laggy that this is going to come up way after I talk. But so here's the California kit. I have a medium jersey in that California jersey. Maybe we could do a giveaway or something like that. What do you think about red hook crits or track bike crits in a whole? Dude, track bikes are bananas. No thank you, please. I don't care what you say. So the instructor, when we're doing, and I've heard this a lot for track bikes, they go, "Oh, bro, it's fixed gear because it's safer." Psych, it's safer. You know what I mean? So when there's an issue in the road, I stop pedaling. I get good on the pedals, and I can maneuver. And on track bike, you got to keep pedaling the whole time. It's just, dude, there's no way you're going to convince me that a fixed gear is a safer route. It definitely adds a whole lot more to the racing aspect, which I think is super fun. That you have to sort of manage your energy in a different... It's just... Everything's so much different about track. And if I had a track close to me and I had a track bike, I'd probably get way more into it. But the deceleration is hazard on my knees. So when you let go of the pedals and there's not like pressure on my knees and they're spinning, dude, it feels like my knees are going to just absolutely explode. Giveaways are great. VC bucked off the fixed like a champ. Dude, so I'm just like, I get there and this guy goes, "Oh, dude, I love your channel. You're awesome." And I'm like, don't mess up, because he's right behind me. I'm like, don't mess up. And then I just hit the GoPro, and dude, just a little bit of a buck, because it bucked me twice. But if you're holding onto the bars, it just kind of like hops you up, and no big deal, right? But I wasn't holding onto the bars, so when it bucked me, it just... Got it on film, though. Is sprinting at 36 miles per hour good for a 15-year-old? Yes. Yes, it is. But it depends, right? If you can hit 36 miles an hour on your own, on flat, as a 15-year-old, you're killing it. I came from a track bike background. Fixed is safer on the track because no one can slam on their brakes and gridlock everyone. Sure, have no brakes, but give me a freewheel. You know? Lucky you have all your teeth. Dude, lucky I didn't get a concussion. Crack my head open. You know what I mean? Bro, recently went vegan and got the death farts. Oh my goodness, you want to talk about farts? So when I first went vegan, I was all into dried fruit and nuts. This is like, I was eating that a lot. I was super bloated and just literally was like nitrous, just farting my way around on the road. Constant farts. So what, I don't know if it was just over time that it slowly stopped, but, you know, I stopped eating so much dried fruit. Not so much nuts. So when I went to Vegas, there's nowhere from here to Vegas to really stop and eat. So I just ate like a gallon of pistachios. And by the time I got to Vegas, dude, I was just constant fart mode. Just all day, just ripping it. I'm having trouble cramping. Any tips? Dude, so there are people who cramp, and I've cramped 2 times. Once was in a 67-mile road race where I initiated the break, and I was in a break the entire day, and it was like 102. When I got done, my jersey was white with salt. I cramped then. I had never cramped before, but that was definitely from dehydration. The second time was at the SoCal Bakersfield crit that I vlogged, and I was sick. So probably, again, hydration. But I don't know, dude. I eat a lot of salt. This dude that flicks the meme, that's me on all my food. Is sprinting at 43 miles an hour. If you could sprint at 43 miles an hour, bro, you're doing good. I don't know. Most of the sprints that I'm in, they definitely, you know, we're not, I don't think we're hitting that kind of speed. But I don't really know. Maybe 36, 37. I'm not sure. I don't really look at speed. I don't look at speed at all. On my Garmin, I have power in a race. I have power, live power. I have average lap power. So if I went off on a breakaway, I could lap it and kind of gauge how much power I'm putting off for that lap. I have heart rate now. And depending on if it's a crit, I'll have distance or time. So if it's a crit, I have time because it's by time. If it's a road race, I'll have distance. I don't even look at speed. Do you follow any cyclists here in SoCal? So SoCal cyclist, Brian, right? I did his podcast and hung out with him. I'm going down to SoCal to hang out with Phil Guyman. What? I wish my phone was on. My phone's dead. I was going to show you a text message I got from Phil Guyman. We're going to do a podcast. We're going to do a race cast of the Paris-Roubaix he was in. How dope will that be? I'm going to ride with him. So that'd be cool. How do you deal with social eating situations like dinner with people who aren't vegan? How do you deal with social situations when it's awkward, bro? But honestly, I think that now I'm kind of just, I don't care. I really enjoy my lifestyle. It works really well for me. I'm confident in it. I don't want to say like, F everyone else. But that's kind of the attitude that I sort of been gaining just because I don't care, man. I don't care if you don't like it or not. Obviously, it's a bummer because some people, they get defensive just for the mere fact that I'm there. It's like, you're making me feel bad. Okay, well, I'm not saying anything. I'm just going to eat what I'm eating. Like, don't feel bad. Like, if you're confident enough to eat meat, be confident in eating meat. Like, do what you're going to do. Don't worry about what I do, right? So, but it is a thing, dude. Here, so when I went to Vegas, I was doing a lot of business. I've got a company that I'm trying in the works that will possibly be sold for an absorbent amount of money. It's an amazing journey. And so I'm with a lot of these high up business people, and that was really tricky because I want them to not look at me as weak or, it was like a very good old boy type thing. And that was a tricky deal. I think I talked about it on the podcast I just uploaded. But dude, it's hard. But recently I'm just like, man, whatever. It's what I do. It's what I like to do. So I mostly race crits, and I'm trying to start road racing, but after 50 miles I bonk every time. Like, I can't consume enough calories. I weigh 130 pounds. FTP is 250, 255. Bro, around 60 miles, I start to just completely fall apart. It's just, I don't know. And so in this most recent road race I just did yesterday, which was unbelievably hard, dude, I was eating a fig bar like every 10 minutes. I mean, I was definitely bringing in enough food. But dude, it's just sometimes like the intensity is, I don't know, man. I don't know how to handle that, because for me, the 60 mile mark, definitely, no matter how much I've eaten, how much I've drank, my body just starts to shut down. I've always been that way. So I don't really know how to tell you how to fix that. I don't know, dude. I don't know if anyone else has any tips, but I struggle with that as well. Suggestions on how to eat vegan while backpacking through the Baja. Dude, so there's a documentary about I can't remember. It's like a mountain bike race from Canada to Mexico. It's a crazy mountain bike race. It takes these guys like 40 days. And one of the dudes did it strictly vegan. So it's on Netflix. I don't know how to tell you how to find it. I wish I had a Joe Rogan Jamie. I could be like, pull it up, Jamie. But so it's a race from like Canada to Mexico, and a guy does it super vegan. He might have some tips for you. I don't know. I'm vegan and I don't have gas anymore. Good job. I don't have gas anymore. I do get gas when I do a lot of protein, hemp protein, do the protein powders. Dude, the comments kind of go fast. So, dude, if I don't answer your comment, say it again, because I'm trying to get them all. Ride the divide, is that what it is? This guy Kevin is on it. Do you mountain bike at all? I want a mountain bike. I'm getting a Diamondback mountain bike. I live next to a world-class mountain bike trail. It's called 007. It goes from 8,000 feet to 3,500 feet. So almost like 4,000 feet of elevation drop. And dude, it's so sick. I can't wait to do videos on it. There's 3 sections, and it's so insane. The first section is super woodsy, right? You're like in between all these trees, and it's really loamy and super steep, like backcountry type stuff. Okay, about 1,000 to 1,500 feet of that. Then you hit a fire road, and then you drop down again, and then it's all rock garden, just gnarbar rocks. You're just like, and then you go through that whole section, and then the final section is like someone went through and bermed it out, right? So then it's so fast, you're just like pinned. The scary thing, though, is that in that section where you're just railing, it's like almost every turn is like flowers for someone who's died, right? And I don't know if you ever see that on the road where there's like little signs and it's like, Charles lived a great life until he mountain biked his face into this tree. And that kind of scares me, dude. But yeah, for sure getting a mountain bike and want to do mountain bike races. There was a mountain bike just down the road from me last week. I tried to weasel my way into mountain bike. I couldn't do it, but I've got a mountain bike coming. And I don't know, dude, maybe I just go whole hog on mountain bikes and I become the vegan mountain biker. Have you ever raced with any of the Lux? Yeah, I raced with the Lux dudes in Chico last year. They were fast. Can you post your... So I've been recording my physical therapy journey on my phone, and I'll compile that whole thing. Why Diamondback? Money. Money, honey. I would say that if I was going to pick my all-time... Like, if I was going to have any bike ever, it would probably be the Aero version of the Felt. Like, the Felt AR. Dude, that thing just looks so sick. But the Diamondback is an amazing bike. They had a huge super sale on it, and I was able to work a deal with them. I mean, I'm gonna be real, right? Like, you know, but dude, they have come a long way. The guy who got second in the USA National Championships was on a Diamondback. So I mean, dude, they're legit bikes. They look great, and I don't operate on credit. When I lost my motorcycle shop and I lost everything, so I had a street bike. I sold street bikes and dirt bike apparel and stuff like that. And I went from I had an F-150 with a 14-inch lift on 41-inch tires with 20-inch rims. Dude, it was a monster truck. I had a toy hauler. I had 2 homes. I had 4 motorcycles. And pretty much within a 15-day period, I lost everything. And so, I don't know, dude. That's kind of like really tripped me out about owing people money, like credit. So forget that, dude. I just don't put anything on credit. It's all cash. And being self-employed, spending a chunk of change... That's why, dude, when my Jeep messed up, it was such a bummer. Because, like, getting $3,000 cash taken out of my family's reserve, dude, that hurts. So anyway, again, why Diamondback? They were willing to work with me. I also really want to work with companies that I can build a relationship with. I hit up Felt a couple times. I hit up Scott a couple times, and they were pretty unresponsive. Felt Australia was super cool to me for whatever reason. They shared one of my videos and they chatted with me, but not Felt America. So anyway, I'd love to have a relationship with a company that we kind of work together and build off of. And the Ritual, they do. I don't know if I have any others. The Ritual does like chamois creams and that sort of stuff. And they want to work with me to possibly bring out like a vegan chamois cream and some products of like cycling products. I don't know, and that's kind of neat. It's kind of a neat idea to maybe work with companies in that respect, but kind of digressing there. What do you guys do for work? What do you mean, guys? Just me. Or are you? I don't know if you're talking to everyone, but so what do I do for work? Is I build websites for the e-commerce industry. So websites for companies that do like Warren Winch, Road Armor, the King of the Hammers, like 4-wheel drive Jeep type stuff, which is such a weird thing, right? It's a very it's an industry completely separate from my identity, but it is what it is. It was a neat market to get into, and so we've really kind of excelled in that. I'm able to build websites and do graphic design and that sort of stuff in that realm. And then I also have another company that deals with data transfer between dealers and manufacturers. So it's kind of a weird thing, but yeah, my wife helps me with those companies. She's but mostly a stay-at-home, mom. She helps with my son and all that sort of stuff. How's Zwift going? Off the charts. I love Zwift. Love it. We're gonna get my kit on there soon. They're asking why Diamondback mountain bike. That's funny. Vegan chamois cream. If you're eating it, you're doing it wrong. Yeah. So again, my wife. So I might be reading these kind of. My wife helps me. Right now, she's actually working on data. She's doing data input for my data company. So again, Diamondback. Why Diamondback mountain bike? One, they actually have legit mountain bikes, dude. And but I was also looking at boat to check. Bubba's, can you grab me that magazine? See that thing by the Universe book? Athen, do you see that book by the Universe? I'm going to show you this other company I was checking out.
Yeah.
If you could go as slow as a snail. Thanks, dude. I know the live stream is super janky, but dude, Bottecchia. They're Italian made. Botticida. So like this mountain bike, that looks sick. I met with one of their distributors in Vegas. Super sick. So I was looking at those guys as well. Here you go. Thank you, bud. Will you ever come to the East Coast? Traveling is hard for me, dude. Traveling's hard. My son's in school. Can you kill that heater, dude? It's super hot. Traveling is difficult, so probably not come to the East Coast. I would love to I take that back. I would love to travel and do talks, right? Stand up in front of people and talk. I don't know what I would talk about, but I'd love to do that. Like Casey Neistat goes around and does these talks. And obviously he's way bigger than me. He's amazing. But I would love to do something like that. I'd love to go to schools and talk to kids about maybe, I don't know, not necessarily doing what everyone else has done before you. There's a good saying that's the mindset, like how does it go? I think it's by Albert Einstein. Man, dude, if I was smarter. Anyway, the quote is something of the sort of things won't change by the people who created them. God, that's so annoying. I can't remember. Anyway, it's the mindset, changing your mindset, dude. Don't go down the same path that was in front of you just because it was already there. Don't do the same thing that your parents do or that everyone else did just because. And so, you know, the other quote, right? Like, when you find yourself on the majority, it's time to rethink your position. Dude, that's really cool because you don't have to do things just because they're done that way. Like, think of a different way to do it. So that'd be kind of neat to talk to kids like that. Tips for sprinting, dude. I not get arrow. I don't know, dude. Look at the small kid guy. What's his name? What's his name? The little guy. Anyway, dude, get super arrow and torque those pedals. Would you cross-country mountain bike or free? I've done both. I've done a downhill race. My very first downhill race, I won. Smirched it. And then I've done cross-country mountain bike. Did really good on that. I think I got third. I did a cross-country mountain bike race at 8,000 feet of elevation. It was 8,000 to 11,000. It was up a ski resort. That was unbelievable, dude. I did short track too. Caleb Ewan. There you go. Yeah. I can't believe I couldn't remember Caleb Ewan's name. But yeah, I did short track. You want to blow your heart out of your face? Do short track mountain bike racing. It is literally full gas for like 40 minutes. It's ridiculous. What's your FTP and how has it changed over time since you first started testing? So, I think my FTP's always kind of been... So, I have a really high VO2 max. Lance Armstrong had an 84. I have an 82. I'm like ultra unique in my VO2 max department. So, fitness stuff has come naturally quickly. But it's, I don't know, the work ethic maybe of just like taking it to the next level has always been an issue for me. But my FTP is, I did a video about it. My FTP went from, you know, has increased probably by almost 100 watts over a 5-year period. Do I eat bread? I don't not eat bread, but dude, I used to eat bread by the bucket. I mean, just when they would come and bring, like at dinner, they'd bring a basket of bread. I just mow it down. Next, I ate bread all the time. My wife had a company, Country Munchies, and she would make her own bread. So we would have this honey oat homemade bread. Forget about it, bro. I would slather butter all over that bread and just eat it all day long. I don't really anymore. And I feel way better. I'm not gluten intolerant or anything, but it's just the sheer amount of bread that I was eating, and now I'm not. I probably eat bread once a week, honestly. Did I do the Leadville 100? That would be sick. I haven't done it. It'd be super sick. What was Ed Green when you were with him? Dude, Ed Green was the dopest bro. I invited him to dinner. I was like, dude, let's go get dinner. He did not. Didn't go to dinner with me. But dude, he was super sick, and I've been watching that. He's legit, man. He said he did like 6 watts per kilo for almost 20 minutes in a time trial and didn't win. Didn't win. An uphill time trial did 6 watts per kilo and didn't win. That's crazy. Strong dude. Super strong dude. I'm glad I met him. But what's crazy is that he almost got dropped in the crit. So that kind of shows you, like, obviously he's amazingly strong. But that surgingness of crits, you know, if you're not used to that, man, it just takes you by surprise. That's why I kind of go back to saying Duran Rider, yeah, dude, on a straight up climb, you know, sure, like, he's probably going to, I wouldn't say he's going to wax me, but he'd probably beat me. But in a crit, dude, I don't know. Maybe. I'm not really that great of a rider, so I don't know. Beer, yay or nay? I don't drink beer. It's not because, so without getting into like a sob story, didn't really have a dad around. And so I think that most people drink beer sort of because that's just one of those things like, oh yeah, I'm a man, we'll drink beer. So my mom was around and she would drink Zimas. And so when I got into like high school and stuff, yeah, I was all over the Smirnoff Ice, like the real fruity lady drinks. If I go to a bar, dude, I'll get a Bay Breeze, which is pineapple juice, cranberry juice, and vodka. A Bay Breeze. Like, how frilly is that, dude? So not only is like, here comes the vegan in skinny jeans, you know, looking all hipster, but then he orders a Bay Breeze. Get out of here. But I don't drink beer. With my son, once my son was born, I just kind of stayed away from alcohol altogether. So maybe I have a couple of glasses of wine and he falls down the stairs, or I don't know, runs into the wall. If I had to take him to the hospital and I was any bit impaired, I don't know, man, I just back out of that. It's not that I choose not to drink beer. Don't unsubscribe. I worked hard for your subscription.
I like beer.
My wife drinks beer. Here's a funny story. We're racing street bikes, okay? I'm staying the night, and we're racing street bikes the next day. I did practice, race the next day. And these guys say, they're camping next to us, and they go, hey, man, you guys want to come party? And so they come over, and they hand me a Corona, and they hand my wife a Smirnoff. Right? Just assuming. And then I'm like, cool, thanks. And then we like walk away, and then like we switch. I give the Corona to my wife, and I take the Smirnoff Ice. I'm like, oh, strawberry, yay. Will you go to Catskills Classic? I've never done that race, but I want to. I want to do San Rafael again this year. Vegan popcorn came back. Yeah, dude, I don't know. I got 89 people watching, so until not 89 people are watching, I'll probably go for another 30 minutes. I wish the live stream was better, but I got the cranberry Red Bull going on right now. I totally support you. Thank you. Are you hosting a race this year? No. So the venue that I had, the guy just wasn't really that pumped on the whole event. So I don't know. I gotta find a new venue. I do have a heart rate now. I have a heart rate. I did. Here it is. The Kinetic came with a heart rate strap, and so heart rate 4 days. All the new breakdowns, all the new races will have heart rate. Number 1, what's the proper technique for peeling and eating a banana on a ride? Throw the peel on the ground or take it with you. Bro, frisbee that peel. It's biodegradable. So I peel bananas like monkeys. The stem, you don't go the stem, you go on the other side, the bottom side, and you just like pinch it. That's how I rock bananas. And then I just frisbee that. I try to throw the banana peel straight on the ground so everyone behind me in the race will slip and fall and I'll win. Do you eat the skin of a kiwi? So, right, I did that thing, one of my first Q&As, and someone was like, do you eat the skin of a kiwi? Psych, I eat the skin of a kiwi. Never. I never even thought that was a thing, ever. But I did actually try it like 2 days ago. I took a bite of it. It wasn't bad. I honestly didn't really taste anything different. But I still shave it off, dude. Too fuzzy, bro. Do you still have the what wheels? Kazine? So I have the HED wheels, are my training wheels, and then the high cycling wheels. Those are my race wheels. Hey, Bubs, can you open that a little bit? Dude, it's super hot in here. Any Zwift group rate planned? Definitely got a Zwift group ride planned. I made a workout today for the first time on Zwift. I did like an 8 by... The idea was to go 8 by 6. 8 minutes. 8 minutes by 6 reps. And I don't know, dude. I was just not feeling it. The thing was my power was good, but my heart rate, I just couldn't get my heart rate up. And usually that kind of means, back it down a little bit. Maybe I wouldn't say overtrained, but I raced yesterday. And so probably shouldn't be doing intervals the day after a race. But anyway, I want to put out workouts on Zwift and share them so you guys can do it. It would be sick to do like hill repeats together. If we did a group ride and went to a hill and like did 5-minute hill repeats, that'd be sick. Vegan pizza, duh, all day. You call her Bubs? No, my son. I call my son Bubs. I call my wife Babe, and my son Bubs. I don't know why we call my son Bubs. Why do we call you Bubs? He just gave me a funny look. Use the spoon to cut out kiwis? No, I just use like a really sharp knife and just peel the edges and plop it. I don't know what consign wheels are. Vegan Gouda cheese. Wow, didn't even know this was on. What percentage of calories do you get from fat? Do you subscribe to Carb the Fuck Up? I voted for you on the best vegan on Instagram. Thank you. So, dude, everything in moderation, right? Anything where you just max out the bar and go, let's only eat carbs. Let's only do this. I don't know, man. I subscribe more to the naturalistic theory, right? In nature, if I was just to be in nature, what type of things would I be finding? What kind of lifestyle would I be living? Sort of way. So I eat fat, coconut oil, avocados, a little bit of olive oil. That's pretty much where I get my fat from. But I don't like steer away from fat. I don't go, oh, it's an avocado, it has fat in it. I don't do that. And I definitely don't pour sugar into my drinks. But I don't know, man. I just try to like listen to my body, and I do in the mornings. I do beet, kale, chard, spinach, chia seeds, and then with some overpowering juice to really try to get in those leafy greens and get that side in for lunch. Sometimes rice or nuts. Usually pretty simple. A lot of times I don't even eat lunch. Maybe just have a little bit of fruit, and then for dinner, potatoes, broccoli, onions, beans, in some sort of fashion for sure. Does your coach give you workouts 7 days a week? So my coach gives me things to do 7 days a week, but they're not always workouts. Some of them are ride 2 hours at a pace you enjoy. Others are, more in depth and more complicated. I think my FTP right now just got set to 336. And I'm 160 pounds. I fluctuate 160 to 163, depending on if I have to poop or not. So, net calories do you consume on the reg? I haven't counted my calories in a while, but sometimes they're really low. Sometimes I don't eat that much. So I don't know. I mean, it depends. If I don't ride, like if I'm not riding that much, dude, I don't eat that much. But if I ride a lot, then I'm eating everything. So I'll range from 2,000 calories in the day to probably 6,000 calories in a day. Just depends. What group set do you have on the Diamondback? Dura-Ace. Dura-Ace, I could have gone with the Di2 and the climbing frame, or the aero frame with the Dura-Ace mechanical. And I wanted the aero frame for sure. So if you're a fan of Joe Rogan, Joe Rogan, is it safe to say you enjoy UFC? Dude, again, I did jiu-jitsu, Brazilian jiu-jitsu for 7 years, and actually trained MMA. I taught an MMA class. I taught MMA to adults. So I was really big into UFC for a long time, followed it all the time. I competed at the Worlds for Jiu-Jitsu. I did some fights. I broke a guy's arm. I don't really follow it anymore. It's kind of gotten oversaturated. You know what I mean? And honestly, with all the new studies on like head trauma, it's almost hard to watch guys get knocked out. So, but I'm a huge fan of mixed martial arts. I mean, dude, if you've never done mixed martial arts, you may think it's just like a barbarian sport, but it is not, dude. It is one of the most high caliber, most technical things ever. You have to have a full range of gifts, fitness, talent, you know, your creativity. It's just insane. But I don't really train anymore. I did, however, go to jiu-jitsu 3 weeks ago for the first time in like 5 years. That was a lot of fun. And I murked everybody. Just rolled everyone into a ball. I'm only a fan of women's MMA. It's cool. I'm not. Not at all. I was going to bed now, but now I gotta stay up. Sorry. Stay up, bruh. Will you be at Chico Stage Race? I won't be at Valley of the Sun for sure. I may go to Chico. I went last year, but I don't have a TT bike right now. I borrowed a TT bike last year. I don't have a TT bike. And they have cutoff times. And so, dude, that's such a bummer, right? So, if I go out and blow my face apart on my road bike in the TT, I could get cut from the race because the guy who goes and wins does 29 miles an hour, you know, on his TT bike. So, I don't know, dude. That I'm hesitant to go to Chico because I don't have a TT bike. If I can round one up, if I can ride someone's TT bike, then maybe. But I won't go if I don't have a TT bike. How light is the new bike? 16 pounds, 17 pounds, something like that. I mean, pretty much all new carbon bikes are at the weight limit, right? Like the UCI weight limit. My Power Tap pedals add a little bit. They're slightly heavier than normal pedals. How do you train core? How do you stretch after riding? I need to get better at stretching. I don't do a lot of stretching. Your dad's putting on Chico? Dope. Sorry, got sidetracked. To train the core, I have a medicine ball or like a big exercise ball, and I've been doing a lot of like stability stuff, where I'm like on the ball and leaning and dude, it's crazy. It's really showing me how weak my core is. Do you know what pancreation is? Yeah, for sure. I've done some pancreation stuff where it's like basically no punching in the face. So you punch the body, you just don't punch each other in the face, and then everything is arrow everything? Dude, arrow's everything. I don't know. I mean, if you're climbing, it's not. But, dude, I mean, there's significant savings to be had. Significant savings if you're doing arrow. Bruh. You and Sean Remy should do a collaboration video. I know you guys got different views. Well, I mean, so Sean was on my team. I mean, we're like friends outside of YouTube, right? So he's actually coming up to my house. He was going to come this month in February. He was going, but my knee's kind of jacked up and the weather's been really bad. So I think we're going to get together in March, and definitely we're going to do a collab. Hope you get back on the mat soon. Who did you train with out there? I trained with all the Gracies. So I got my blue belt from Hoist Gracie, and I got my purple belt from Rodrigo. That was awesome. So yeah, I had to wrestle, and I had to like fight them to get my belt. Have you had issues with ground clearance on the P1 pedals? I've not had ground clearance issues. I've heard that's a thing, but I have not had that issue. The only issue with the pedals that I've had is connectivity issues. it sort of feels like the power is maybe, I don't know, like it almost gets stuck in, I don't know. I don't know how to say it, but it's like the power pedals seem to give me a little bit optimistic power review, right? It sort of feels like maybe I'm doing more watts than I really am, but maybe that's just because it's better calculation. I don't know. Yeah, I did do a video with Carb Doping. I interviewed him. I did an interview with him, which I don't mean this in any, I don't even want to say this. That kind of got him going, right? Before I did the interview with him, he was rocking 2 views a video. And so to be able to see people that were really interested in him and want more of him was super awesome. Super awesome to see him kind of like take that and go. But dude, he needs to get like an edit bay, dude. Like right now he edits everything on his phone. And dude, that's impossible to do. You can't YouTube on your phone. What breed are your puppies? Come here. Come here. Come here.
So rude, you're sleeping.
Sorry. So, what breed are my puppies? This is Benny, and he's a Maltese. He's 100% Maltese. And he's the dad. And then I have June, who's the mom. Come on, girl. Oh, you're so heavy. So June's the girl. Yeah, I know. And she is a Shorkie, a Shih Tzu, and a Yorkie. Oh, you know, big girl, you're so amazing. And then she's had 3 litters. And we kept one of them. So the dad and mom have a son, and we kept him, Ollie. And he's the perfect blend of the 2. I love my dogs, dude. How did you break his arm? Kimura. He didn't tap. So we were standing, and it was the final match of like a 7-round fight, like a sort of a 7-round tournament, and I just blown through everybody. And so we're okay. Going from puppies to jiu-jitsu. Puppies are Maltese and Shih Tzu, and then they mixed and had an awesome little one. Back to jiu-jitsu, 7-match tournament. It was open to everyone. Okay, that was what was really weird. It was like it didn't matter your skill level. It was just like, dude, you just could come in. And so a lot of guys came in off the street thinking, oh, I'm gonna be badass. And this guy was just really cocky. And so anyway, we start, dude, and we're like we're standing, and he was throwing like his hand out at me, and I grabbed his hand and I threw a standing Kimura and went to like toss him backwards, and he just face planted into the mat. Like he didn't tuck and roll. So he just face planted in the mat. I think he got knocked out for a little bit, and I just kept twisting the arm, and then it just like a shotgun, like pa, and it just dislocated his shoulder, broke his elbow, and I sent him one of those fruit bouquets, like I sent him a fruit bouquet to be like, sorry, dude, but that was crazy. That was crazy. What is road race versus crit estimation of this year's race schedule ratio? 80% crits. Did you see Shane Miller's video on Power Tap pedals? He seems to rate them. Do you mean hate them? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm going to be dead honest, dude. I probably should have went with the chain ring. But, I mean, to have pedals be able to swap out from bike to bike, that's a huge plus, dude. What's your biggest FTP gain in one season? 30 watts, maybe? 30, 40 watts? Honestly, this season I was tracking to make a huge gain. I don't know how it will continue, but I hit 350 in January, which was my best last year. Would you be down for sampling kits for my cycling brand? So, yeah. here's the thing, dude, is Elio's been so amazing to me that it's hard to like work with anyone else. There's a lot of amazing companies out there. You know, Vegan Athletic, they're awesome, and there's a lot of other awesome stuff, dude. And I mean, hit me up for sure, but I feel really loyal to Elio because of how great they've been to me. You know what I mean? Have you tried to get your wife to become passionate about cycling? Dad, she's not having it. She is. She doesn't really have hobbies, dude. Her hobby is hang out on the beach, hang out on the lake.
I like to crochet and read.
She likes to crochet and read. Boring. So, nah, man, she doesn't like the bikes.
If I'm riding bikes and you're riding bikes, then who's gonna watch out? You know, it's just gonna
Yeah.
be-
No, she doesn't like
Riding
bikes. What do you think about shorter cranks theory, more aero, more efficient, like Wiggins riding 165s? I don't know, dude. I've never messed with any of that. Do you believe grapplers over strikers? You believe grapplers over strikers? You know, so there's a saying, the best defense to an arm bar is a punch in the face. So, I don't know, dude. You gotta have best of both worlds. A TT bike would only save you seconds. Psych out, bro. Psych. Dude, it would be, honestly, the difference of me being cut or not cut. It would probably be a possible 5-minute difference. Over a 10-mile TT, to be able to sustain 25 miles an hour or 24 miles an hour. I'd probably on a road bike be able to do 24 miles an hour. On a TT bike, I'm like 26, 27. That's a huge difference. So it would be a huge difference. Crochet, is that like knitting? Yeah, crochet is like knitting, but stupid. Did you like the Hensley Lake RR course? It was an amazing course, but good God, it was hard. I've never been in a race like that before, dude. It got blown apart. It was just full gas all the time. So you hit this like kind of light climb, but everything was super false flatty, right? And it was windy. There was a crosswind. It was hard. So without kind of giving it away, because I have a vlog all about it, but I got a flat on lap 1, and I was just like, you've got to be kidding me. I got a flat, and so I'm just rolling off the back, so pissed. I just want to frisbee my bike into the field, and I'm just watching the pack go away from me, right? And then the follow car comes up, and he's like, hey, man, you okay? And I was like, no, I got a flat. He's like, well, do you want a wheel? I was like, of course I want a wheel. You have wheels? Like, why are we even talking? And so we swapped out a wheel, and he sort of paced me back in. He was like maybe 5 or 6 bikes off of me. So I was still putting down power to get back on. But I got back on. I got back onto the group. And so that was cool. And then it was just like attack after attack or attack. I missed the separation, and it was a gnarly race. Crazy race. Great. I mean, it was a great race to come back from. But so the week leading up to that race, I didn't ride Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. On Thursday, I rode 30 minutes, like barely anything. And then I rode an hour on Friday on Zwift. So, don't go do a 90-mile road race with an hour and a half in your legs. Are you going to race in SoCal at all? I'm coming to San Diego this weekend. I'll be there Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So I don't know, maybe. What's going on? If you're in SoCal, dude, I'll be there I'll be in San Diego. Taking photos of the new VC kit. So hit me up if you're in San Diego. Let's rip. Let's ride. On the Chico, is that what you're talking about? The CSR TT course, it makes 3-minute difference. I've done it a lot. How fast is the junior Cat 5? I'm racing. How fast is junior? Dude, it's so different all over the world. So it depends on where you are. But honestly, unless you're a beast, everyone's going to be faster than you. So sorry. Sorry. I race at the road race. I love to race. Dope. Dude, that Everest challenge, I wanted to do that last year or 2 years ago. But dude, again, the thing is traveling is so hard. It's so hard for me. It's hard with my family. I don't leave my family anywhere. They always go with me everywhere I go. So, you know, we'll see. Just did my first 100K ride on Zwift. Shout out for me, please. Timothy Perry, you're the man. Follow me, dude. Hey, so I know that you can, because I follow Chaz on Strava, and when he rides, it tells me he's riding. So then I can get on and I can ride with him. So if you ever see me riding, hop on, dude. Let's ride. Let's ride the Zwifty. Do you ever go down to LA area? No, dude, I don't. It's so far. It's so far to go down there. But again, I'll be in San Diego this weekend, and then I'll be in LA for Phil Guyman in April. Those are the times that I'm going. The Cervelo Belgian waffle ride in San Diego. I also went to Veg Fest. I went to Veg Fest and tried to hit up Duran Rider. I wanted to ride with him, but he did not want to ride with me. Any more vegan meal videos planned? Yeah. But dude, here's the thing: is those vegan meal videos, dude, they take a long time to edit. They take a lot of work. And every vegan video I've done, dude, they get less than 2,000 views. They just get no views. So it's hard, man. It's hard to balance that. Because, okay, you know, it's not all about the views. Okay, I totally understand that. But I don't want to put that much time into something that doesn't get watched. So it's hard to balance that stuff. Hey, if you have to go to sleep, man, thank you for watching. I'm probably going to call it here in like 15 minutes. I'll call it at 9 my time. And again, the main reason I'm doing this is I'm trying to figure out how to navigate this live stream stuff and figure out the bugs so that I can live stream Zwifties type stuff. How long do you have to race time-wise to do really good? I mean, I don't really know what that means. I don't know. Some people, dude, they get into racing and they just do amazing right off the bat. Others, not so much the case. So, just like, it just all kind of differs, man. I appreciate that you like my vegan diet videos. I've had so many people that are like, dude, stick to the bike. Your cooking advice sucks. And just, I mean, when it's vegan related, people, you know, they don't really want to hear it. But I mean, obviously I cook every night, almost every night. I would say 6 nights a week I cook. And if you're a young guy, here's a tip for a young bro. Learn to cook, dude. That's going to help you out so much. Also with the ladies, dude, when you can whip her up some bomb meal, learn to cook. I cook everything. Chaz says, check your FB messages. Dude, my phone's off. And my internet is... frame rate is really low, dude. My stream. The thing, again, so if you've just chiming in, my laptop is the only thing I have a webcam on. So it's the only thing I could do a live stream on. And for whatever reason, I can't plug it directly into my internet. It won't let me. It has to go through Wi-Fi. So it's just crappy connection. But also I live in the mountains, dude. So, you know, it is what it is. I'm like worried that Chaz, I'm checking my Facebook messages and I'm worried Chaz is going to say something like, you've got a booger hanging from your nose or something. I don't know. What is he gonna say? I'm checking my Facebook messages, dude. I don't see anything. I interviewed Caleb Ewan. Did you? Dope. I'll check you out for sure. Use an Android phone for live stream on YouTube. Can you do that? That's so funny. Someone, I think in one of the race casts, I said, go to Chaz and tell him I told you to tell him that you're an asshole. Whoever did that, who was that? John something, sent Chaz a message that said you're an asshole. Because, dude, Chaz chased me down. I was in the winning break 3 or 4 times and Chaz chased me down. So, you know, Chaz, you're an asshole, man. Hey, yeah, like 5 more minutes and then let's call it. I will do the YouTube, because the Facebook Live worked on my phone, so I should be able to do that on the Android, right? So we'll do more of these, dude. We'll do more of these. So like a couple more questions. I don't know if you guys want me to just rant about something, but I do gotta say, like, man, I appreciate everything so much. And again, I have this this weird pressure on me. I want to do good. I want to do really well at the races because I want to show you guys that you can do well on a vegan diet. I want you guys to be proud of me. And that sounds stupid or cheesy or whatever, but you know what I mean? Like, I feel an obligation to be a good role model and to kick butt in races. And so when I don't kick butt in races, it hurts, dude. It hurts. Do you have a second vegan cyclist kit coming out? I do. I have so February 21st will be released the original VC kit and then the fruit collection, which is it doesn't have vegan blast all over it, but it's the same like fruit design. It's sick, dude. It's super sick. You'll see it. February 21st. So, you know. Going into another opera VC moment, dude. Sorry, man. You know, thank you. I mean, dude, but that's the thing, right? So, Timothy, your power stats are proof enough. Man, I have good power, but I just need to apply that to doing good, right? Do good. I honestly think that my mindset is just so my VO2 max is like, my genetics are they're awesome. They're great. But I just sort of have a really low pain threshold. I've always had that. I have a hard time dealing with pain. It's just what it is. And so I think that if I just got over that, I think a lot of it's in my own mind. You know what I mean? Do another Everest attempt plan for surezies. Bursies. I definitely have another Everest attempt planned in the summer. Hey, let me throw something out real quick. I'm going to do a video on this, asking this. I live in an amazing place. I live in a destination location. I live 17 miles from Yosemite. In the summer, this place is paradise. I live on the left and right side of me are rental homes. So, what if I did a vegan cycling camp? Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. All the food was paid for. All of the housing was paid for. You got a room. You got food. I have my coach here, helping us out, and we ride all over these amazing hills. And we have SAG, and we just have an amazing time. How much would that be worth to you, right? How much would you spend? Obviously, like, a lot of people are from across the world, so it'd be hard to get here, but if you got Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday room and board, paid for, all done, how much would you pay for that? Because how sick would that be, dude? If we got like 10 or 15 dudes, you got, we split it up over 3 houses, my house, house next to me, house over there, and then we get to ride Yosemite, we get to ride Mammoth Pools, and again, like, we have a coach to help us, we like talk about different tactics. You know what I mean? That would be super sick. So yeah, those are kind of like $1,000. Ah, man, I don't know if I would charge $1,000. That's steep. Like I was thinking 500, dude. I was thinking like somewhere around $500. I gotta map out the food and how much all that stuff costs, but I think that probably would cost me, man, $1,000, dude. That would be. I could definitely do it for less than $1,000 because I'm not trying to like become a baller off of it. It'd just be super sick to have everyone here. But I think, yeah, man, 500 to maybe 700. That'd be kind of 2,000. Dang, dude, that's a lot. I don't know, but you'd also have to pay to get here, right? So that's got to factor in that. The talent camps are 800? Seriously? Dang. Dude, let's do this. We're going to do this, man. We're going to do this this cycling camp. It won't be less than 500, but I don't think it'd be more than 1,000. Definitely not. No way. I think I could probably if we did like 10 or 15 guys, we could easily for $100 a day, $150 a day, get, per person dialed in. 2,000 AU is like 50 US. Psych. Is it? Anyway, we're gonna do it, dude. I'll do a kind of other video talking about it. Maybe I'll put it up on like a GoFundMe, or I don't know how we'll do it. We'll have to limit it to like say 10 spots or 15 spots. But I want to do it this year, man, when it gets warm. So, because dude, riding through the tunnel into Yosemite or riding up to Glacier Point, mind blowing, bro. So yeah, let's do that, dude. Let's do it. All right, man. I'm gonna call it. I'm sorry for my stream, my bandwidth. I'm gonna get this handled, bro. I'm gonna get that all dialed in, right? So I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, guys, for hanging out here. I appreciate everything from everybody. Y'all dope. Do you have a workout? Do you have more workout videos planned, like the group ride one? Yes, I have workout videos planned that are like real workouts. So not like the ones that are go with the action. It is more, 5 minutes, 2.5 minute rest. 5 minutes, 2.5 minute rest. I just need to film what that's going to look like. So hit up YouTube for SD. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna peace out. Thank you so much, and as always, vegan cyclist. Yeah. I should have been ready to stop this.